Everybody, yo, going around, we can get it on. Listen, but if you tryna shine, the nigga I'd advise throw some glitter on. This nigga wrong, heard the flow. Third for show, bite the hand that feeds you, deserve to choke. But shit, I ain't mad, we could burn the smoke. Shit, I'm cool, I bought a noose, you could learn the ropes. I show you how you be a everybody, every day. And blade the pump, they never gave a fuck about them anyway. Any day, you might see me with the link when it's out 3. Truthfully, I give a fuck what they thinking about me. I don't know y'all niggas from a hole in the wall. Shit stain all soaking the drawers. I came knocking for the gang, nigga, open the door. Pain stopping at your brain when I'm holding the fall. 3 holes in his head, you can ball with the ball. And I know that you know that I know that you ain't sure if I got my cash up, Mag Tucker, if I'm just vulnerable. The ladder's not likely, dog, and I don't mind showing you. Pine coning you, letting God get a hold of you, knowing that it's my time and I'm overdue. What? But everyone's talking about how much guns they got. Everyone's talking about how much they keep it real. And everyone's talking about how many niggas they kill. But I wanna know how everybody's a gangster. Where the snitches at? Where's the bitches at? Where's the niggas that just can't take the pressure, man? Where's the set trippers, the fiends and backstabbers? I'm just trying to know how everybody's.
PU double.
Ready.
Salute, 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 salute. Welcome to BANGUSASPORTS. Live with your host, Bang. Hold on, let me get on there with y'all. Alright. Salute, salute, salute. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry I'm late. It's halftime of the Boston Celtics Miami Heat Game 5. Jimmy Buckets versus the whole Boston. Jimmy Buckets versus the whole Boston. After burning them down in Game 1 and 2, he's back. And they are getting smoked off the floor right now. Seems like the Miami Heat struggling, down another shooter and Gabe Vincent. That could come out to be a big deal. You see how Spoelstra makes the adjustment. Celtics came out red hot from 3. They got White with 14 points. You got Jaylen Brown with 15, 16 points. First half points. And Tatum out there with a few out there. But those are the leading scorers of Boston. And they came out on fire, man. And see if the Heat can jump out to a couple of 20-point leads early in the first half. And, you know, the rest is history. So they say. The rest is history. Let's get that down, grade it down there. So I'm sorry I missed y'all last couple of nights. I've been not feeling well. As we missed the Lakers. Lakers went out. Had me silent as crickets in here. Got my wife digging on me for two days after LeBron James gets swept out of the playoff. They closed the door on his 5th ring. That probably was his best opportunity to get it. And he fell short. And he's in contemplation of retirement. Wow. I watched this man's whole career from entry into the league to possibly his exit. And in 20 years, that man was almost averaging a triple-double in the playoffs. He's top 5 in all his stats: rebounding, assists, points, steals, blocks. Like he's right there. Like, but he had a serious ankle issue this year, and I would say I would be a little wary of that. Watching the greats start to wind down as Kobe got to year 20 and he tore his Achilles. But prior to that, Kobe had leg injuries, back injuries, hamstring injuries, knee problems, and then they went down to his Achilles. So with LeBron, who's been healthy most of his career, if he needs to have surgery and clean up his ankle, that'll probably be a big decision for him, especially if he wants to be in control of the narrative or the control of where and how he plays with his son in 2 years. Maybe 3. That's us assuming Bronny wants to be a one and done player. He may get to college and love it. So let that man grow. It hasn't been done for a reason, LeBron. It hasn't been done for a reason. Alright, second half has started. Al Horford with a nice move on the mismatch. Kyle Lowry. I don't understand why they didn't bring the double team. That's a mismatch. Jimmy Butler. Spin move. Easy. Floater on the baseline. 63-46 game as Boston came out red hot. 10 minutes on the clock. Third quarter just beginning. And let's see what happens. Gabe Vincent sitting. As Gabe Vincent is sitting down today. Came down on his ankle. I'm surprised it's not a fracture. He got a sprain, but the way he screamed and reacted to the last game, he did stay in the game, so it was just a high sprain, but he is not in the game today. Oh. Bam, struggling today. Struggling. Can't draw the foul on Al Horford. And we'll talk about Bam. As Jaylen Brown comes down and slams it in. Bam, when he's not having a good game, he starts to get real reckless. We went over this in the Knicks series. He gets real reckless with his body. He starts to hurt people. Like, he's the guy on the court. He's the guy on the court that's just throwing his elbows around and busting you open and all of that. No foul called. Jimmy Butler gets it back down on the other side before the defense gets set and scores another 2 points. 48-65. I need to I didn't even check no status, how I'm sounding out there. Give me a thumbs up. Back down on the other side. I see it. I hear it. There you go. Salute Z2. Let's go. There we go. Marcus Smart off the backboard. Bad pass. Jimmy Buckets with it. Buckets goes down. Spins. Out. Three-pointer. 67-51. Timeout for Boston. Boston stands up and doesn't get swept like the Lakers. I got a few things I want to speak about today. Got a few things I gotta speak about today, man. Gotta get us a panel up here so we can have a bunch of different outtakes. HIMMY buckets. Jimmy Buckets, Jimmy Butler, clutch player and leader for the Miami Heat. After having a rough shot season, grinding to the playoff and have upped the ante on every challenge of the playoffs. Playing to each opponent's weakness of physicality and gritty muck, knocking teams out of comfort zone and capitalizing on its preparation season and its opponent's panic. When a team is playing from the front like Boston's playing right now, there's really no panic. You know what I mean? There's really no panic. Y'all screws that Laker banner in there. I thought I got rid of it, but it's still there. But yeah, you can't create that panic. And the bucket becomes, like they said earlier, a hula hoop. It's super big. You can throw any ball through it. Like, really impressed with Jimmy, but this is his best opportunity to win a ring is this season, and I believe he knows it. He's playing like it. I don't know that his team knows it. Now they say that they're together. They'll get through all of this. If they lose this game, going back to Miami, the pressure is on Miami. They've been here with the Knicks. The Knicks ended up doing this, winning 2 games and falling 4-2 to them. So Boston they're in a familiar spot. Boston isn't. But they don't have time to figure it out. They have to win. They have to capitalize. As Tyler Hero has been warming up, almost cleared to play. He wasn't cleared to play today, but he's cleared to take on basketball activities, and that's a good sign for Miami. They have to pull out this game, though. 7:41 on the clock, 67-51 game. Tatum with the ball on the wing. Almost turns it over. Out to White. White for 3. Splash Mountain. White is on fire today. He's hit 5 3-pointers. But we seen that. We seen that him do that before and then them take a L. So let's see if we can close the game. Finish the game he started. Adebayo on Jaylen Brown. Turnover. Foul by Bam. Horford with the double team. Got Adebayo struggling. (70-51 game. Boston in cruise control. Let me get these stats up here for y'all. I'm sorry. Welcome to BANGUSASPORTS. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe. Live with your host Bang, brought to you by BANGUSA 8. Let's go. Let me get these scores up here for y'all. These stats or these numbers. There we go. Let's go. 72-53. Game charts. They said Jaylen Brown. I want to see what Tatum got. I'm going to look at what Jimmy got. Tatum. What is it? Tatum. Jaylen Brown, and White. They got a lot of shots up, man. As Boston's led this whole game, Jaylen Brown was 17 on the night. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, let me put that up there. I don't like the way that looks. There you go. Oh, that's what it is. Gotta get the screen, whatever the screen is at. Alright, so let me go. There you go. There you go. $76-59 game, 4:13 on the clock. Boston looking like they gonna run away with this game like they ran away with the last game. And that begins to get scary for Miami Heat. The pressure starts to close in on the Miami Heat if they lose this game. Bam. Get your little give and go. Pick and pop. Gets his pick and pop going. What I'm talking about. Gets his pick and pop going. Nice. Highsmith gets to the hole. Highsmith gets to the hole. Bangs it down. 80-63. They got to get this below 10 points. And they got to do it before the quarter. Tatum, shake and bakes. Tatum out. White to the hole. Stops and pops. Gets it. 82-63. They up 19. Keeping a 19-point lead. Miami has to get some stops here. Duncan Robinson. Misses the layup. Bummage. Tatum to the hole. Missing. No foul call. Bam with the rebound. Pushing. Robinson. He gets this two. You got that too. That's what you gotta do. You gotta score off those misses. Don't let them be in cruise control. Let them think about what they want to do. Make Tatum think. When he thinks while he's playing, he cannot do two things at once. He becomes a problem. That's when he start having the traveling issues, thinking about his moves. And Jimmy Buckets dribbling around the top. Jimmy Buckets turned over to Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart fouled hard on the other end by Caleb Martin. $84-65 game. Spoelstra does not look happy right now. Uh-oh. Spoelstra does not look happy right now. To share this. Banging Aces. Salute to Banging Aces, man. They football show. They check them out. Check us out, I should say. Look at that. Halftime. Celtics whooping on them. Whooping on them. I get addicted. Salute to Carmelo Anthony on his retirement. As this guy is a key player for that lineup. I don't know why he wasn't in the lineup to start the series, but he needs to be in your lineup for the rest of the way out, especially against Jokic. I think he's strong enough for Jokic. I just don't think he's tall enough to do anything. But we'll see. Yeah, but this guy right here, he ain't doing much in the game, but his presence needs to be on the floor. And here goes the playoff tree. Hold on, what's going on here? Hold on, that's right. Y'all can see that, right? There go the playoff tree right there. They lost one game to the Timberwolves, and the Lakers couldn't get one off of them. They lost 2 games to Phoenix, and the Lakers couldn't figure them out for one. Wow. Wow. Lakers had a 6-game series with the Grizzlies, a 6-game series with the Warriors, and a 4-game series with Denver. Wow. Couldn't even get it to 6 games, man. I think they just ran into their ceiling, the energy spent. It was in every game. But here we go. Boston still has a 19-point lead. Stars resting on the bench. 1:45 left in the third quarter. 84-65. Miami Heat has some work to do if they want to be considered seriously, taken seriously. Smart comes up short on the free throw. Point game. Jimmy Butler. Robinson doesn't know what to do. Bam. Stripped and unload. Bam playing horrible on the floor right now. They getting all their offense and steals from Bam and rebounds from Bam. Then he takes forever to come back down the other side, and Marcus Smart hits a three-pointer. To make a bad play, you gotta get up, man. Caleb Martin, three-pointer. 20-point game. Come on, Caleb, you gotta turn it up. You being lackadaisical, man. Williams, Pritchard, stole it. Highsmith. Bam! And he should have got the foul. Gets the slam dunk. Boston looking winded out there. And a smart timeout from the Boston coach, Joe Mazzulla. Good play by man. Good play by man. Got this knee problem. Need a new knee. Think I need a new knee. I ain't even going there. The hell I should say how live chat has moved. Don't even make no damn sense. Celtics scoring too much for Miami right now. Caleb Martin comes around. They're giving him the shot, but he's not taking it, not confident enough. Steps up and steps in and takes the confident shot. 2 points to end the quarter. Down 18. It's not a bad feat to start this quarter, man. 18 points is very doable in the playoffs. If it was Golden State, it would be doable. If it was anybody else, it would be doable. So we'll see how Miami handles it, coming playing from behind. They've been here before, though. They definitely been here before. Miami went through a segment where they were shooting out of this roof. They started the playoffs shooting 28%. They built up every round, 35. Then they was at 40 something. They was like, okay, now they looks like they went back into their shooting slump. And they lost some shooters. Like losing Gabe Vincent is a key piece to lose, especially when you don't have Tyler Hero or Oladipo. So that's a key piece. Sir Charles, salute. Salute, 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 salute. I know you was looking for me the other night, but I was not feeling well. And my son was trying to, he was mad, he was looking for you. He wanted to tear you up. He wanted to tear you up, the Lakers got swept. But I don't know. We already know it's gonna be Denver, but I don't know what would be the better matchup. I think Denver could potentially sweep the Heat if they're in a shooting slump, and that would be kind of a whack finals. You know what I mean? So when we talk about Mike Malone saying, you know, it's a two-time MVP, was the runner-up this year. This should have took nobody by surprise that he played this well this year. And I agree. I also agree that television should have had Denver Nuggets breakdowns. But, you know, they have to win something. They have to become a championship team. And then TV will start taking over and playing you a lot. The Lakers have won. Celtics have won. I guess that's why it's great for the NBA for them to be in the playoffs. Even now with the Lakers out, they've been all over the TV more than the Boston Celtics, more than the Miami Heat, more than the Denver Nuggets. You know, now do people talk about these teams? Yes, but everybody's been talking about Boston Celtics coming back and winning this series, disrespecting the Miami Heat, even after round after round, them showing you that they can play and compete with the best of them. But like I said, they would have to win. Miami Heat has won. They haven't won in a while, but they have won. So for them to get disrespected as well as Denver need to look at that and take something out of that. They don't have any players that made all-star except for probably Jimmy Butler. Any runner-up award players. Boston has all of that. So they're going to be talked about. They're going to be criticized. Yeah, I know. Steve got swept too. Almost. Alright. 92-72, still a 20-point game. Turnover by the Heat. Heat gonna lose this game, y'all. They body language, momentum, their minds haven't been sharp today. In order to overcome a 20-point lead, you have to be sharp. Even for a little bit of time, you have to play sharp. Al Horford out. Williams drive. Williams gets a foul on Duncan. Robinson, 20-point game. Mozilla looking good now, y'all. Everybody was talking about Mozilla being fired, and it still might happen. You know, it's kind of a setup. It's kind of a setup to get the job the way he's gotten the job. In the scandal way that he's received the job, he stayed with the team. He has great players. But you get swept out of the series. Everything is possible. We got too many available coaches, to sit and twiddle our hands and thumbs around it. You know what I mean? You was hired to get past the finals round, and you gotta get them past that round, man. Y'all lost in the finals last year. Y'all supposed to be back there. And if you got swept out, you definitely would have been criticized and talked about. Heat ball. Here we go. Love on the floor. Caleb Martin. Jimmy Butler. Caleb to the basket. Doesn't get anything. Here comes Tatum. Shake and bake. Draws the foul. Goes to the line. And Boston starting to cruise control. I don't want to hear anybody talking that trash about Jaylen Brown has a hurt hand. Jaylen Brown is shooting bad. He's shooting bad. But you see how he shot in this game? So what happened between last game and this game? Oh, his hand feel better. Nah, I don't want no excuses, man. Jaylen Brown came up short in this series. And you got to give that credit to Miami defense. They shut a couple of Knicks players down too. Like Josh Hart was a no-show in the Miami series. It happens. The matchup is just not there. Another turnover for the Heat. Then Boston Rosen turns it over in the scruffle. In the kerfuffle. In the kerfuffle. Let's look at the box score. Let's see the box score. See how pitiful they playing as a team. Look at this. Average play. Nobody stepped up. Adebayo with 16. Only 8 boards. Butler with 14. Duncan Robinson with 12. Lowry with 2. He needs to get hit about 8 more points. Highsmith with 7. Plug-in player. Not doing bad job, just not doing a great job. -3 while he's on the floor. Strus, -20. Where's Strus tonight? No shooting from Strus going on. Caleb Martin, 14. Like, where's Strus tonight? They definitely needed Strus to show up tonight, and he is nowhere to be found. On the other side, White, 19. Jaylen Brown, 19. Smart, 21. Tatum, 17. Oh, man, they balling. They balling over there. They came a player short on the other side today. So I think Miami going to take a L this game. Back-to-back losses. Ooh. Now it gets interesting. They still hold a 1-game lead going back to Miami. So don't get crazy. Don't get crazy, everybody. Boston Celtics made it respectable. Calm down, bro. Calm down. I could just imagine what's going to be said after today's game. Charles Barkley jumped all the way off the bridge after the win last game. Oh, they're going to come back and win this series. But I guess you got to say something for entertainment and TV, right? You got to say something. Got to hold on to something. People were saying the Lakers was going to win one and come back and take the series in 6. And you got to hold on to something, right? It's just crazy that the Lakers and the Celtics almost went out. They threatening to go out in the same round, and they almost got swept. Bamang, back to back. And today, I wanted to see if Miami could come in here and win another one in the Boston Garden. Because that picture I got up there right there, with Jimmy burning the Garden down the first 2 games, I know they was worried about it. But now it gets interesting. The pressure goes to Miami. They start to doubt themselves. Getting that last win is hard, man. Closeout games are hard. Y'all had 3 games to figure it out. Y'all gotta figure it out, though, Miami. Y'all gotta figure it out. The last 2 games, well, for the series, Marcus Smart's been playing well. I think in that game 3, he just didn't finish that game well. Started that game well, but didn't finish it well. But Marcus Smart gonna give you 20 a night and give you those assists. That's all you need. And Tatum to score his points, and you need Jaylen Brown to score his points. That little trio of scorers, they get them a big man. They could be a rim defender. $96-78 game. Marcus Smart tried to get slick with it, misses. But they get the rebound. Boston. Jaylen Brown to the hole. Dumps off to Williams. Offensive foul. Okay. Lowry, you gotta hit some shots. You're gonna be out there, man. All them turnovers gotta stop. The bench is not coming up big for them. They playing real minuscule. All right, Sir Charles. You know I was coming back to you, buddy. So you tell me what your boy is going to do. Y'all only got 4 players in your rotation under contract. What your boy is going to do? Y'all bringing people back. Y'all bringing in a whole new team. What y'all boys going to do? LeBron James retiring on y'all? What's going on, man? What's going on? Gotta let me know. thought we was gonna recognize history tonight, man. Thought it was gonna be a historical big game for my boy HIMMY. But yeah, I was due to come back on, man. I missed 2 games. I missed game 4 of this matchup, and I missed that game 4 of the Laker game. And yeah, you think you getting Kyrie Irving? Yeah, what's going on with that? Like, y'all gonna let Reeves go? Y'all gonna let Reeves go? Y'all gonna let Roots go? Y'all gonna? Oh man, that's a bad plan, bro. And those guys go, that's a bad plan, yo. 96, 98, 78, 20-point lead. They maintained the 20-point lead that they acquired in the basically the second quarter. They've maintained it all second half. Miami Heat looking lifeless. Love. Nope. Love tries to hit it off the glass, shoots a dud. Shake and bake for Jason Tatum. Shoots the fadeaway. Misses. Caleb Martin with the rebound. Caleb Martin brings it back down. Drops it off to Duncan. Highsmith with 3. Hits it. Not a big deal because it's a 20-point lead. Push off. Is it over? Yeah, this is gonna be a wrap. This game is a wrap. Yeah, it's the way they do their contracts, man. Like, the Lakers are an entertainment, a win now team. So they may draft right, and then they use their draft capital to get major players. And then after that, they fill in their rosters with minimum contracts. But they usually only 1 year or 2 year contracts. And 2 years goes by, 1 year goes by. Like this season went by, and the second year is up, right? So they're on a restricted free agent, unrestricted free agent. It's right there. They gotta make that deal by the end of that year. So that you win a championship with a squad full of contracts like that. None of these guys are permanents. They were all fill-in guys. You know what I mean? And bringing them back after a championship, all of them warrant more money. You're not going to be able to re-sign them. So I kind of like the Lakers' strategy. Like, you got to remember, I'm a Knicks fan, and we haven't won in a long time. We haven't had a premier draft pick in a fucking long time. Carmelo Anthony had to come from the Denver Nuggets. He was supposed to take the Denver Nuggets to the promised land. But during a LeBron time, it just wasn't happening. He came for the Nuggets. We didn't draft him. You know what I mean? We haven't drafted in a while really well. Even when the Lakers get a first round 17 pick, 15 pick. They utilize it and package it right to get themselves either up the draft or to get them a valuable, experienced player. And I kind of like that business. Like, that's how they stay relevant. That's how they stay. They may miss a playoff here and there because it's a rebuild time for them, but they're in it more than they're not. And all the superstars stay going over there, bro. Like, Boston, the same thing. They've won so much, and you build that legacy. When free agents are ready, they looking to where they can go and be a part of these legend teams. Like, that's where I respect LeBron. I was mad when he made the super team thing going, but I respect him for that because he went to Miami. Nobody really wasn't winning in Miami. Like, so Pat Riley did that. He makes Miami a winning squad. Like, you know what I mean? They had Zoe Monin and all of that, and they won that. They won with D Wade and all of that, but it wasn't known like to be a championship team. So when Bron did that, I was like, at least he went to another team. Like, he ain't go to a power team like the Lakers. And that's why his ring with Cleveland, going back to Cleveland, ends up having more validity. Because he did that without, I don't want to say he did that without players, but he went and got K-Love and a couple of players to go over there, built the core, and now the NBA and CBA, they trying to take the power back. They making it where you can't have 3 major contracts, 3 superstar contracts. So now you're gonna have 2. It's gonna be more like, teams are gonna be more built like Denver Nuggets. You got 2 superstars and a bunch of star fill-in role players. Like, you know what I mean? High quality role players. If you're going to be considered a star, you're going to knock another star out of their position, they're going to be shipped out. Type shit. LeBron, it took them almost 15 years to counter LeBron's move. And, it got tiresome. LeBron's move, as the team start doing it, and KD gets to manipulate the CBA and go to the Golden State Warriors it was smart how that happened. Steph and Clay weren't perceived the shooters to be the shooters that they are. They were in the beginning of their careers. Their contracts were very low contracts, so they win when their contracts are low. And KD is available. So they didn't really have a superstar signed to their contract on their contracts until KD came, and then they had to pay these guys. But by that time, they max out their cap, they go win a couple of rings. They make the money. So you can pay the tax salary on the cap, right? So, but I believe those first couple of years, they didn't even have a tax salary, bro. They was trying to still load up. That's how they got Wiggins and all these guys, like. But now they maxed. They gotta get rid of it to fix their cap or pay the tax. When their team needs to be rebooted and they're gonna have to make some maneuvers this year. And the thing about it, I would say Curry didn't let these guys work up their cachet. They trade cachet. Like the Kumingas. He let Moody do it. Moody worked up his cachet this year. But the Kumingas, the Wiggins, all these guys, they, you know, all they got is that ring. That's what's gonna solidify their contracts. I don't know that that's enough. What I mean by that is Wiggins, he has a ring with the Golden State Warriors. He has experience with them. He has years in the league with the Timberwolves. He got, you know what I mean? He's a way better player today than he ever was then. Way more poised player. I think teams would take a risk on him. But all he got to show is, because last year's numbers was kind of weak. All he got to show for is his ring. So do you pay him a max contract on a team? Do you make him the Steph Curry of your team? And he hasn't really proven anything? Like, I'm real curious to see what they gonna do in their off season. Highsmith, block, not 107-92 game, and they just throwing them up. .130 on the clock. Almost looked like it was a 12-point game. Point game. Miami closing it out, playing hard in the last minute with a 10-point lead. Three seconds, 2 for 3, and he hit it. Who is that? Hit a 30-footer. Who is that? Miami has 2 more chances to close this out, but if they smart, they'll do it on their home court. In Game 6, this series went 6 games after it was looking like an early sweep. Congratulations, Boston. Thank you for making this a series, and let's go. As Denver kicks their feet up, gets healthy, and they just relax for these next 7 days. Watching y'all get exhausted, studying y'all, both of y'all, because I couldn't finish Miami, and now, because back-to-back blowout games for Boston Celtics. So I guess that gives credence to everybody that's been going Boston crazy after the Game 1 win. Guess that gives credence. Air ball. So there we go, 110-97 victory for the Boston Celtics. 4-0 record when facing elimination. Tatum looking much more happier now. .110-97 game. Boston wins. Gets 2 games. It's a 3-2 series. Miami. Uh-oh, y'all. In the moment, those Miami players not coming up big for Jimmy in the moment. Jimmy coming up short in 2 games. Been kind of a no-show. He has the right to. I'm sure he's tired, but you can't play half kilter, Jimmy. You gotta put it all on the line. Like LeBron, 30 in the quarter, first half. You gotta put it all on the line. Boston Celtics with a victory. Jaylen Brown putting the team on his back today. White, they played an all-around good team game today. They was real balanced. Everybody scoring their points. Tatum, White, Jaylen Brown, Williams, Horford. Like they was real balanced game. Smart. Hitting a lot more threes. I see you, Marcus. Everybody talks about, when we talk about the Knicks and what they need, we got a point guard, Jalen Brunson, but we need defense, and we probably need defense on that perimeter. I think Marcus Smart would be a good look, man, to pair up with Jalen, because he could get to the hole. He plays defense. I think he would be a good player. Thing is, you have to pay him a lot of money. Think about how much money you have to pay him if he win a championship, though. He becomes one of those premier players on the team, and so I think if they don't win, it's the time to get him. You'll get him at a good high value, though, because he's pretty good, and it's like his 7th year in the league, and might be his, like, 8th. Marcus Smart been balling for some years now. I remember when he came out the draft, he was skinnier, smaller player. I'm proud to see how he became, like, he filled in real well. He plays all around good game, like, and he been on Boston ever since his draft. Like, he did not play with that. They led the whole game. Heat never threatened in this game. Look at that. That's crazy. Let's go look at the box scores. Let's go look at the box score. We were here just a few minutes ago, so these are the ending box score numbers. None of these guys scored 20 today. They was trying to keep it balanced, but they were mediocre balanced. You know what I mean? Can't be mediocre. You gotta be all in. Caleb Martin, ever since his big game, you can't go quiet, bro. You're gonna be considered a star or that second person behind Jimmy. You can't go quiet. You gotta come back the next game and double up. Double up. That's how people gonna take you serious. He had a serious game too, and he's a good player. I think he needs to be more consistent, and he needs to be held accountable. But that pressure though, I see that he misses a lot more baskets under that pressure. Look, no defense. 3 rebounds for the game. Caleb Martin should have more than that. Love, 4 rebounds, and he only plays limited minutes, so he out-rebounding the team. Butler, only 5 rebounds today, 5 assists, 2 turnovers. Adebayo, 6 turnovers. Kyle Lowry, in the limited minutes, 4 turnovers. Like, that's where they losing the game at. Bad turnovers, man. Bad turnovers. That's where they losing the game at. You gotta switch that around and cause Boston to have most of the turnovers. They losing it on turnovers though, and missing them 3-point shoot. That 3-point shooting, but they can have their guy back. Not to say he's supposed to be a knockdown and all that, but coming off an injury. But I think Tyler Hero could really help this squad, especially going into the matchup against Denver Nuggets. But they got to get past this team, and if Tyler Hero can shoot the ball, he got to play. The thing about it is the game gets mucky, and you don't want him to re-injure the hand. So give him limited minutes. Let him come off the bench. But he got to play. He got to play. Y'all going to need that. Strus got to be more consistent. Held accountable. 3 points tonight. Not balling at all. Like, that's they down a 3-point shooter, and Strus makes 3 points tonight. He's negative 20 while on the floor tonight. Jimmy Butler's negative 24, but at least he has 14 points. You know what I mean? At least he was putting in. He gets to the foul free throw line. He's 4-6 from the 3 free throw line this day. 6 free throws. I think Jimmy could cause more. He only 5 or 10 is shooting. He got to put up more shots than that. Plain and simple, Jimmy. Definitely got to put up more shots than that. Salute, Sir Charles. Well, this is BANGUSASPORTS. Thank y'all for coming in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna rock out for a minute. I got some things I want to say. And since I'm live, I'm gonna say it on the live. Alright, what do we got here? Ja Morant. We're not going to talk about Ja Morant tonight, but he's alright. For everybody that needs to know, he's alright. He's said he's just leaving social media for a little bit, which I think is not a bad idea for him. Maybe he got it. Maybe. But yeah, long as he's alright. Like I said, I said it when I did my special on Ja Morant, that I hope he's okay mentally, physically, psychologically. I hope he's okay. But it seems like something is wrong, and I hear a lot of criticism, and I don't hear anybody worried about the man, the boy. 23 years old, just got $200 million. Didn't come from a real small South Carolina town. Like, he's projected into this big fame role, and he's earned it. He's played his way. He's been consistent enough. He's earned it. So nobody should say he hasn't earned it. Thing is, what do you do now? Spotlight is on you, Ja, and the camera is on you. Literally, you got the camera on yourself. Literally. When you get to this level, I understand you want to do it your way, but your way has to be within the means. That's what the blessing comes with, the responsibility the blessings come with. Again, I hope that everything's alright with the person. I hope nobody's threatening him, extorting him, because he makes himself very available to to the public. So I'm not used to stars doing that. And I think he'll learn. But everybody jumping on him and falling, there's going to be criticism. He's a famous person. There's going to be criticism. But be careful, man. Be careful. Let's remember Ja Morant did not commit a crime in any of these photos. JJ Redick made a big point about gun photos being taken out of context. What I mean by that is you come from a small town, you earn $200, $300 million, you get reported that just taking 50 to 100,000 to strip clubs and you're tipping out 100,000. You make yourself, you're in the hip hop community, you make yourself available at these hip hop parties and these clubs and stuff like that. Ja Morant, I'll say this. Big was killed 20 years ago, a little over 24 years ago, right? He was killed 24 years ago in LA. Drive-by shooting after an event. That was 24 years ago. Have y'all paid attention to what's going on to celebrities right now? Right here in the nation, in the world? Have y'all paid attention to that? Ja Morant has to maintain stability and to stay safe, especially running around spending that kind of money. It's easy for people to say he shouldn't spend that type of money, but if you're not rich, you don't understand. You understand what I'm saying? And I just want him to be safe. Somebody threatened your family. I bring up Big because after he was murdered, Puff Daddy made an album, and on the album he put calls from Big's answering machine of people calling and threatening Big. I'ma kill you, I'ma kill you, I'ma kill you. Your mom ain't safe, your dad ain't safe, your kid ain't safe. Like, what if those things are happening? What if people, he's on Instagram, he's on there, and then people are saying these things to him? You know what I mean? What if he's in an extortion situation? Will we even give him room to find out he's in that situation? Because based off the judgment and the immediate pointing fingers and, oh, he's an idiot, he's this, he's that, how would he be able to defend himself in a situation like that? How would he be able to defend his family in a situation like that? So, this is me being realistic. I understand. I come from the inner city. I know about hanging out all night, the city that never sleeps. You know what I mean? I do not know what it is to be a star. I've hung out with a couple of stars. I do not know what it is to be a star. But I could just imagine. So, I say that to say, Ja, get you some anger management help. Get you whatever help you need. And if it's a situation like that, then tap in with your people. I'm sure you have support out there. I know men don't like to look weak in front of other men or go to other men for help, but you got love out there. So if that's a situation, tap in. Let it be known. I mean, however you gotta go about it. You know what I mean? But to be out here waving the gun around, I'm fearful for you, brother. And I'm a gun supporter. That targeting, the targeting that's being done to you right now is scary. But you throwing yourself in the target is even scarier. So I'll say, you know, get the help, get off of the internet. The internet is undefeated. Always remember that. And trolls are gonna be trolls, including mainstream media. They can't help themselves. They old. So they become trolls. Under the guise of journalism. Salute. That's my take on the John Moran situation. We got the Boston Celtics with a victory tonight. I'm still going Miami. All my teams are out. But I looked at who's left. And I'm looking for Jimmy. And he's the direct rival of my team. I'm looking for Jimmy to finish this off this series. I'm looking for him to finish off this series. I'd rather watch Miami than Boston. But then again, can Miami beat Denver? With a Joker this gig on them? Can Boston beat Denver? Or with a Joker just dish on them? We'll see. Salute. I'm your host, Bangusa, from BANGUSASPORTS. Presented by Bangusa Inc. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all. Look for the John Moran special video and so on. Salute. Bang!